Hi. Hey. Hi. It's me. You void. Excuse the look. I kind of just rolled out of bed. It is already the second day of Summerween, because I may or may not have forgotten that it started yesterday. Oops. I kind of last minute started reading What Moves the Dead by Kingfisher, which I have down for a prompt. Don't ask me which one, I just know that I have it down for a prompt. I didn't make it very far into it because I just could not retain any of the words, so I'm probably just gonna start that over at some point. It's literally just a couple of pages. But then later on in the evening, I didn't film that, but later on in the evening I wanted to crochet because I picked that up as a new hobby a couple of months ago, and I started on making a hexagon cardigan. It's somewhere over there. I'm not gonna get it because it's like it's a monster. So I started on that, and I'm at the point where I only need to finish the arms, which is just crocheting around. Crocheting, especially something like a hexagon cardigan, is a very monotonous task, so it is perfect for listening to audiobook. So I slept on Tenant by Freida McFadden, which I put down for a prompt. The prompt says to read a 2025 release you didn't get to. There were no 2025 releases I didn't get to. I mean, there is Burial Bones in the Midnight Soil, but I'm not reading that for a week long. I personally have beef with the recent release released in this year prompt because I am primarily a backlog reader. I don't care too much about new releases. I'm excited when authors I like publish new things, yes, but I'm not someone who needs to get it the second it's coming out. So I kind of hate the fact that everyone and their mom is doing this prompt. So yeah, technically there wasn't a 2025 release I didn't get to except Burial Bones in the Midnight Soil, but I never planned on getting to it right away. I need my books to marinate for 2 to 3 business months on my shelves before I can even think about touching them. So why is The Tenant by Freida McFadden on this list? Well, because I read The Housemaid last year, and I was trying to fill that prompt with anything other than Burial Bones in the Midnight Soil, and I saw that she published The Tenant last year. So I looked up the audiobook and slapped it in there. That's how that happened. So I listened to that while I was crocheting, and I'm already 24% in. And I have to say, first and foremost, it's about a guy who's a bit down on his luck. He is like a marketing guy, and he gets fired because he is accused of basically leaking information to another country, to another company. So because this guy was fired from his well-paying job, he now has a bit of money trouble because he just bought a house. Like, he was promoted to a new job and was like, fuck yeah, this is the time. He bought a house, and then like 3 months later he gets fired. So now he has a bit of a money issue, and his fiance is like, hey, we have this extra bedroom, how about we get a roommate? So they put out an ad and they get a roommate, and this roommate, at first everything is fine, she's super nice and everything's cool. At first everything is fine with this new roommate, right? But then issues start to pop up. Lots of small things you would hate in a roommate. So for now, there's not a lot going on. But there was also the psychic who told his fiance that he would kill her in the living room. He would stab her to death in the living room. I mean, it would be easy to say he is going to stab his fiance in the living room for something. He kind of has an obsessive personality. Like when he was fired, he obsessed over cleaning, he obsessed over going to the gym, and when he's at work, he is obsessing over being the best. So he kind of has an obsessive personality. So it would be easy to think he is going to actually just stab his fiance because something in his obsessiveness is just clicking. But then I'm also like, okay, the new roommate is kind of picking up on this obsessiveness, so she's driving him nuts on purpose. This is kind of what she's doing right now, but we never get confirmation that she is doing all of these things. And also, someone told his ex-boss that he leaked information to another company, and he had no idea that happened, so he didn't do it. And that was before we meet the new roommate. So one of my theories is, because Freida McFadden is known as the queen of plot twists, but I heard that the plot twists are only good in A Housemaid. But I'm already thinking, what if, because this information leak that led to him being fired happened before they met the roommate? So my theory is the fiance did that. The fiance leaked the information to another company to get him fired. The question is why? And now we have this new roommate and all of these tiny things are happening that put him off balance, right? What if the fiance wants to get rid of him? The question is why? I'm also not discounting the possibility that the roommate and the fiance are working together. Maybe they're friends or something. I don't know. Shit be shady. Shit be shady. I'm only 24% in, and the last one I think only started to make sense after like 40% or something. Today there won't be a lot of reading because in, I don't know, 2 hours I have to leave the house to go play D&D with my cousins and my aunt, and that usually wipes me out like big time. So yeah, this is Winterween. Yay. I'm so tired. I'm getting another coffee. Ignore the head. My ears are cold. I made this myself. I'm very proud of it. Even if it's a bit wonky, but I love it. I finished something. I finished something, and it's not What Moves the Dead or The Tenant. It's Brutal, Volume 3 by Koga and Izawa, which I have down for the prompt of blood on the cover because there's blood on the cover. If you don't know what Brutal is about a detective. He's a police detective, and usually he is tasked with solving murders, but he also has this this dark side to him where he kills people. And usually he picks people who are not nice people, not necessarily criminals, but definitely not nice people. In Volume 3, we have 2 stories. The first one is about a content creator who the first video he is just at the right place during the right time, I guess you could say. And he basically films a crime. He films how an elderly gentleman accidentally runs over a couple of kids. And he films that, and he posts that online because he's a dick, and he gets clicks for that, and then he gets hungry for more clicks, so he then figures out where the old man lives and starts harassing him, and then he sends his fans after the man, and stuff like that. He almost gets arrested for it, but since he didn't do anything wrong in the eyes of the law, he gets away with it. And he's getting clicks and clicks and clicks because people are, for some reason, shitty like that. But then this story kind of dries up, so he needs something more. So he gets one of his fans to work for him, and they basically stage a sexual harassment thingamathing thing, which ends in the tragic death of another person. And of course he's there and films it, and he has the camera in the face of everyone involved. Our police detective sees all of that and is like, that's not nice. So he creatively gets rid of him. And the second story is about a group of people who like to harass homeless people and destroy what little belongings they have. They even set stuff on fire, and in one of those instances, a homeless man actually is critically injured because he was inside the tent when they set it on fire. And the police officer, he didn't even, he heard about the story, but since it was, there were like no murders happening, he wasn't on the case. But he was in the forest when the kids were in the forest, and then just so things happened because he saw them do something and he was like, I don't like that. So he did something about it, and now the police guy has a dog. Why would you name your dog Pazuzu, though? Because if you don't know your demonic history, and I'm not just talking supernatural knowledge here, I'm talking just general knowledge about things like that. Pazuzu is not a demon you want to mess with. It's actually not a name you want to say that much. That's an entity you just don't want to mess with. So why would you name your dog that? Shiba, too. Very loyal creatures. Very loyal creatures. These two stories, I found the first one more interesting than the latter, because there was more of the usual modus operandi of our police guy, where, like, someone does a shitty thing, he is technically investigating them to a certain degree, but he's not allowed to do anything because they never technically broke the law, so he then takes the law in his own hands. I like that one a bit more. The second one, because it was just an accident that he found those people, there was just something missing in the whole thing. Usually we get like slices of his work life where he is at the police station doing his things as a police guy. They were missing in here. We were focusing solely on the, I guess, people who committed the not quite crimes, and it can get a bit jarring. But the manga does a good job of like setting up, like it makes you angry, like it shows you all of the atrocities these people commit, so it makes you really, really angry, and then at the moment where you're really fucking angry, our unsung hero comes in and gets rid of him, and as very, very nice. The second story, though, the way he dispatched of the group of people it's just kind of boring. It was just kind of boring. It could have been a bit more creative. So overall, I think I give this like 3 stars or something. But yeah, it's a solid read. It does start to get a bit boring when I have a story like this, where I have a police officer, where I have a detective, a homicide detective, and he is actually someone who commits homicides. I want to see the tension. I want to see him having to dodge his own work. But you don't get that in this. It's very much, okay, you have this specific kind of shitty people, and you get a cathartic moment where they die in a horrible, horrible way. I don't expect anything from the next volume. I do have volume 4, and volume 5 is also out. I don't expect anything very deep from the next volume or the volume after that. I think at this point it's literally just these short stories of like horrible people get what they deserve. It's fine. If you don't read them back to back, it's actually kind of fine. So yeah, I read that. I needed something that I can easily get through and digest easily because as you may be able to tell, I think I said it in the last clip as well, I played D&D with my cousins, and although it was kind of a chill session, no one shat in the street, it's still me DMing, and that always just makes my brain explode. But first read for the Winterween done. I hate the fact that it's getting so dark so early. Yay, I made light. Come with me as I have to do laundry. Fucking hate laundry. I wanted to give you a quick update. Let's move out of the hallway because the sound in here is horrible. Let's go back into the room with the books in the background. Yeah, I wanted to give you a quick update. I wanted to give you a quick update on what I've been up to. I am up to 45% of the Tenant, and it's just more of the same. Like, we're slowly escalating the things. We killed the girlfriend. No, we killed the goldfish. We messed around with the laundry. We had some rotten food being left to have bad smells and fruit flies and stuff like that. So we're still in the place where we're like annoying Blake until he snaps. The fiance has moved out. The fiance is now thinking that he cheats on her with the Tenant. So that is a thing, that he's cheating, and they are not in a happy place. They are definitely not in a happy place. So she just moved out to a friend because she said we need space. And I guess Blake is about to lose his shit entirely because he's now left alone with the tenant, I guess. I also made it to page 71 of What Moves the Dead, and it feels like I have been reading this book forever. I always wondered why T. Kingfisher's story were so hyped when they were only so short. I get it now. The way T. Kingfisher writes, it feels like you read double the amount of pages than what you've actually read. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's fascinating to me. Like, it feels like I have been reading it feels like I have been reading this book forever, but it also feels as if I have read as much content. Like, it doesn't read in a way that is like, oh, this is dreadfully slow. No, it feels like in these 70 pages, I have read enough content that other books need 120 to 200 pages to get me there. Like, I am in the midpoint section of this book, yes, just because they know the page count, but it also very much feels like that. So it's a fascinating thing that the book that is not even 200 pages long can feel like a full-length novel. Very fascinating. I like the atmosphere. We're not getting much more than the atmosphere. I mean, okay, yeah, the ushers are dead and dying, I guess. Denton is decidedly American. I do love Miss Potter. Miss Potter is amazing. We love us a mushroom queen. We love her. And I don't know what to think about Easton. Easton is a bit boring. Gotta say, Easton is a bit boring. So yeah, I hope we get to do something soon, because so far it's only been set up as in like, okay, this is what the building looks like. This is what the people look like. This is what like is going on with the animals around. Now we know shit is weird and creepy. Can we get to the point? Because again, it feels like I've been reading this book for 200 pages already, when it's not even 200 pages long. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my time with it. Also, I got this as a gift from Kirsty from K-Beth Bookish, and she has annotations in here. And I never annotated a book. The first time I used a marker in a book was when we buddy read Don't Let the Forest In. That's the first time I took a pen to a book I own. And because she has already annotated in here, I started annotating too, and I'm talking to her annotations. So that is fun. But yeah, I will give you an update once I'm further along with anything that I'm reading. And until now, I'm just going to do my laundry, I guess. We are back with the world's most boring background, because we are in the office, because there are two things I need to talk about, and I need a power socket because I need to charge you. Let's do the fun thing first. Oh my god, the audio is horrible. I got book mail because it was the new year and I was like, I want books. So I got myself The Charm Offensive by Alison Cochrane, because I saw Gavin from Gavin Reads It All read it and enjoy it, and I'm a romance girly now, so I need more romances, but also gay. Then I got myself Wisteria, which is the third book, and I think the final book in the... I don't know if the series has a name, but it's third book, like it's Belladonna, and then it's Foxglove, and then it's Wisteria, so I finally ordered the third book so I can have the whole series and maybe finally keep reading it. I like that. That's floppy. The first two weren't that floppy. Then I also ordered myself An Education in Malice by St. Gibson, because I fell in love with St. Gibson's writing after reading A Dowry of Blood, and I realized as I was checking out my yearly stats for last year, I did not read any sapphic books. Every time I picked up a sapphic book, it was on accident. Like, I picked up the book for something else and then it just happened to be a sapphic romance in there, but I never actually like went for a sapphic romance, and this is sapphic and it's by St. Gibson, so I'm two birds, one stone. I can extend my St. Gibson collection, and I have a Sapphic book in here now. This is shiny, I love it. And then I got another sequel. I got Blood of the Chosen by Django Wexler, which is the second book in the Silver Eye and Burning Blade series, which I started last summer. I enjoyed my time with it, and I picked up book 2 so I can continue the series. Because we all know this year is the year of me continuing series I started. For that I need book 2s and 3s, and in order to not start more series I have to pick up standalones. So I got myself a nice little mix of things. One book's still missing, it's still out. It's happening tomorrow, should happen tomorrow, and that is Her Majesty's Royal Coven. And the other thing I need/want to talk about is the fact that I finished What Moves the Dead. I sat down earlier this morning with my coffee and my breakfast, and I kept reading, and then the book was over. I seem to have a talent to give vlog updates on books and complain about them getting kind of boring because I'm in the middle part and I'm like always saying hopefully it's picking up soon, and then literally the next chapter I read is the book picking up, because it happened again with this one. There were like 2 more chapters where we were just walking around and then everything just kind of happened all at once. I mean, we only have 170 pages to get to where we need to go, and the first half pretty much was just setting up the gothic atmosphere and setting. The second part then was the actual fall of House Usher, which, if you didn't know, What Moves the Dead is kind of a retelling of the fall of House Usher. There you go. So yeah, I liked it. I mean, it wasn't the deepest plot ever, especially if you know your mushrooms and mushroom horror specifically, but it was cool. Like, the way it was written was nice, and I enjoyed it. The atmosphere was top-notch. The characters, for what little time we have to develop them, were also solid. I like this one. I have not put it through Call Pile yet, but I would place it somewhere at like 3.5. Maybe 4 stars. But yeah, that was a good atmospheric read. The plot was rather simple, but the atmosphere was top-notch. And I think I can finally say that I want to read more T. Kingfisher, which is good because there are like a bajillion books out there, because they never stop writing. It's the 3rd day in a row that we had degrees over 10 Celsius. And all of the birds are already proclaiming their undying love for each other. Those are mating calls. Those are mating calls. Guys, shut up, it's January! Like, we're in a week of deep freeze. and the second it gets over 10 degrees, for some reason, everyone is horny. Okay, cool, I guess. But that's not why I'm here right now. I'm here right now because I'm on walkies. But I thought I would give you an update, because it's the final day of Winterween, and I don't think I will get much more reading done. And I don't think I will finish anything more. I did finish House of Slaughter Volume 5, The Butcher's War, last night, which you should have seen in the last clip if I did my editing right. I like that one a lot. I like that one a lot. We got some deep insights into just how broken Jace is. Up until this point, he was the hunted guy, yes, but we never really saw how broken he actually is. I mean, fair, he was born to be a hunter, he was raised as a hunter, then his entire family got slaughtered. Hello, J.J. Abrams lens flare. But yeah, Jace has been through so much, and this is the first time we see him actually kind of reaping the consequences of that lifestyle. He tried to get out. To his credit, he tried to get out. It's just that the life kept coming back for him, and there's a plane now. Fuck off. But yeah, I liked that a lot. It was horrible. Very horrible. I loved it. And the political scheming between House of Butcher and House of Slaughter. The fuck. So there's a lot going on. If you read the Something is Killing the Children's comics, I highly, highly recommend that you also read the House of Slaughter comics. Not just because it gives you lore, but also because of Jace's storyline throughout the comics. Because they give you not just lore, but also like backdrop for what is going on behind the scenes of what Erica is doing, because they happen at the same time. There is a guide online on how you should read them, like Something is Killing the Children, and intersplice it with like the other comics. I'm pretty sure I did it wrong. I read 1 volume of Something is Killing the Children, then I read 4 volumes of House of Slaughter, then I read another 4 volumes of Something is Killing the Children, finishing the first arc of Erica, and then I read the 5th volume of House of Slaughter. My emotional investment in these characters is all over the place, but it's there. And I very much enjoy the Slaughterverse. It's so good. I cannot wait to see how they pull off the show, the animated show, and the movie. I am so here for all of that. That was a solid 4-star read. And finally having a name to what Jace is actually using, because all of the hunters in the Slaughterverse, they are linked to a monster. They have a totem that is holding a monster prisoner, and that is basically helping them hunt. And Jace kind of destroyed, we never knew what was inside his totem, and then he destroyed his totem. But he has been using monsters ever since. And now we have a name for what he's actually using, and it is so cool, but at the same time so devastating when you know how the monsters work. Fucking art, man. But yeah, I very much enjoyed that, and that is the last thing I finished for Winterween, sorry. The last thing I finished for Winterween, because I don't think I can read half of the Tenant today. It's just, I have shit to do, you know? So I don't think that I will make it beyond the 50% in the Tenant today, which is fine. Like, I'm not too miffed about the fact that I only read, a novella, a manga, and a comic, and half of a book. I'm not too miffed about that. It's still solid reading for a week, you know? So I'm not too mad about it. I will finish the Tenant at one point, just not for this vlog, so if you want to hear my final thoughts on that, I guess you have to come back for my wrap-up. Shameless plug for my own shit. Kind of a chill Winterween, gotta say. We also went from very, very cold to kind of spring temperatures in that week, so that is also a thing. I mean, you hear the birds. They are horny. And yeah, I had fun. I hope you had fun, and I will now see to it that that one is taking a shit and then gets to go home and have a snack, and then I get to go home and have a snack, and then I will probably edit this vlog. And yeah, if you made it this far into the video, let me know if you participated in Winterween, if you have read any of the things that I read, and what's your opinion on them. If you don't want to talk to me at all, leave a bird in the comments down below. I mean, I would say make it a horny bird, but I don't know if there's a horny bird emoji. If you can figure out how to do it, please tell me, educate me on how to make a bird emoji horny. There's another plane in the sky, so I'm going to leave now. I guess I will see you in the next video. Bye!